What is up, guys? Zane from Forward Progress Madden, and I know this video is long overdue, but I honestly just found out how to do this 2 nights ago. So now that I know how to do it and I've experienced it and it's a legitimate thing, I'm going to share it with you guys so you guys can make some easy coins. Now, yesterday I put in about, I would say 2 hours combing through the auction house. It's up to you how much time you want to put in and on what level you want to put in the work to get a profit for your time unit. You can set your own goals and kind of go from there. But if you're a patient person, it's easy to make 100,000 coins a day. Easily. So what I want to do is I want to go into my recent notifications, and I'm going to show you this is a real thing. I did one wave of card flipping before I went to bed where I put up about 30,000 coins worth of investments, things that I bought off the auction house and was trying to flip. So 30,000 of my spending with a goal of making about 50,000. So when I went to bed, I had 199,000 coins in my account with several auction pieces up. So we're gonna go into the recent items, and let's go down to the bottom. Now I've only got a few things here, but you can see here you've won an auction Calvin Pryor. So I sniped a Calvin Pryor for 7,000 coins. I sniped a Ryan Khalil for 8,900 coins. I sniped this Ryan Schrader for about 8,000 coins, and I sold him for 12,000. I sniped a Drew Brees. That's not a real snipe, but his market at the time was about 6,000 coins. And a lot of these cards are going to fluctuate, but I sniped him for 49, sniped a Lamar Miller for 18.5 and threw him back up for 24,000, I think 23,000. And you can see, yeah, there it was right there. I immediately sold him back and got almost 25,000, and then my 10% tax brought it down to 23. So that was a quick 5,000 coin profit in a span of about a minute. So you can see that a lot of these, and then that 4,900 I bought Drew Brees for, I sold him for a 2,100 coin profit. And again, these were all just a wave before I went to bed last night. So the items did their own work. I just bought them and relisted them right away. The actual work that I put in was about 10-15 minutes worth of total work, and you can see that I was making a profit. Again, that Khalil, the only thing was that the Calvin Pryor expired. Now, I would say that yesterday I probably purchased, in the realm of 65, 70 elites, base elites. Let's go to my my binder real quick, and I'm going to go to newest. And we're going to see exactly how much of that is sitting in my binder right now. 1, Calvin Pryor. Calvin Pryor is all that's there. And I'm not even going to look at the market. I know that I got him for... about 8,700 coins, I want to say. I'm going to list him for my price. So I'm going to throw him up for my price. I don't care if somebody else has him up for 10,000 coins, or for 10,000 or 11. I'm going to list my Calvin Pryor for 12.75. I want my 3,000 coin profit off my investment. And let me explain why this works to you. Now, this is where I need to say that this is not my knowledge. This is something that I came across on Twitch just the other night, and I'm very, very thankful for this. Yesterday, I turned about 100,000 coin profit. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but there's a streamer on Twitch, and I'm going to have to find his exact name, but I think his name is like The Kings, and he's got some like extra Z's and a 10 in there somewhere. I'm going to find his name, and I'm going to put his name in the description below for you guys to actually check him out and watch him. This is a guy that I've kind of kept tabs on over the course of the last week or week and a half. This guy's the real deal. All I did was ask him in his chat. I said, hey, how do you do it? And this is what he told me. It's obviously not a secret. He's streaming it, so I'm just going to make sure he gets his credit. This guy knows what he's doing, and he has more patience than I do. But if you're wanting to, get an extra 500,000 coins per week, and you're willing to put in, an hour, hour and a half a day to do it, then this is easy. I mean, all you can do is just go through, do a quick comb, play a game, come back, your items are sold, do another comb, put your items on the block. They'll sell while you're playing. I mean, they do the work for you. So how does it actually work? Now let's go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to do a quick example. The reason this works is the reason that the reason this works for us is the reason it doesn't work for the people that are buying our items. We are actually going to use the filters. They're in the game for a reason, so use them. So what I like to do is just on a very, very basic level, I go through and sort by all players, elite players, and then I sort by buy now price. And then what I do is I go and I search one by teams. Now, as you start to comb the auction house, you're going to learn that certain teams have cheaper base elites. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about like the Eagles, the Packers. There's a bunch of teams. We're going to go through them here. And what I do is I search these teams one by one to make sure that, you know, there isn't something that's completely undervalued on the block. If there is, I go ahead and snap it up real quick, and I relist it right away for whatever my profit model is. So if I want to make $2,500 per item, I list it for $2,500 over whatever I bought it. It does not matter if I were to say someone listed an Andrew Whitworth for 5,000 coins right now. I would snatch him up and immediately list him for 14,000 coins, because as you can see right there, somebody just bought that Whitworth, even though there was one for 1,000 coins cheaper. The reason this works is people do not use the filters. They don't use the filters. They don't know how to search the auction block, and they will buy cards for prices that are overvalued. So what your job is to figure out your own profit model and take advantage of that. Now that sounds bad, but it's the truth. Hey, if people want to give you their coins, let them give them to you. Some people just have a ton of coins and they're lazy. They don't really want to deal with searching the auction house. They just snatch up whatever's there. Some people don't know how to search the auction house, and you can take advantage of that as well. I'm going to try to find an item for you here. I don't know how long this video is going to be. So what you can do is you can often look. So like here's this rogue, Aqib Talib. He's 12.75. And you can see the other items are 18. You can see that he's got an 18. So what I'll do with him is, and he may not sell there during this video, I'll snatch him up. Boom. Snatched him up. Now I'm going to turn around, 12.75. I'm going to list him back on the auction house for whatever my profit model is. So if I want 3,000 per item, I could list him for about 16,000 coins. And then after my tax, I'm gonna make about 15.4 after the 10% tax. So what I'll do is I'll list him for about 16.5. So I'm still gonna make about 1,500, 1,550, 15.5K is what I'll end up making. So I'll make about a 3,000 coin profit off this item. Now he may not sell right away because 16,000 is typically not that low, like 9,000 coin item you're going to be listing that you bought for 6K, but he should sell. And what I'll do is I'll wait when this video is over and I'll splice it together. If it sells, I'll add that into this video. So just to prove it to you that he does sell. So that was Broncos. Now we're just going to go make sure you have your filter to buy now price. You just want to go through and look for abnormalities or anomalies. And you're going to find some. I mean, you could spend all day just combing through the 32 teams and just cycling back through. The auction house is such an active thing that you're going to find value. So this fits yesterday, and just go off of what the market is. If you see something completely undervalued for what it's currently at, snatch it up and relist it, because people will buy it no matter what price you put it at. I mean, I'm not saying you can put a Larry Fitz up for 500K and make that profit, but if you put it up within range, he's gonna get sold easily. Yesterday, out of the 70 items I've sold, I only had about 2 things that didn't sell the first time I listed them, and that was the Calvin Pryor that I just relisted from overnight, and I had one of my like 6 Drew Breeses that I sold yesterday not sell. But then again, like I said, there's like 20 Drew Breeses on the market, so we keep going through here. You're just looking for something that's a hell of a deal. You don't want to snatch up a 13,000 coin item just because there's a 15,000 coin item up. The Chiefs are a team that you could possibly get somebody, if somebody lists a Tom Ali for 2,000, snatch him up, obviously, and flip him. The Colts, I've been watching this Andrew Luck market. Yesterday it was 5,100, right now it's 7,000. You're just looking for something that stands out as immediate value. Cowboys, you're going to be looking for Sean Lee. Romo is an item. Like if you can catch a Romo for 7,000 or 8,000, you'll be looking for him. As you can see, Sean Lee is right now. There's only one Sean Lee up, so you could take a risk if you wanted to do it. I'm not going to right now, just because there wasn't. I mean, Sean Lee sells for about 8,500, so that's about right. So the chance of me actually flipping him for a high value is not great. You typically want to go with things that are under market, and you're going to know the market as you search through these, because you're going to quickly find out what these players are worth. Like I said earlier, the Eagles are a team that usually you can find something. Brandon Graham, nothing standing out right there. You typically want to look for something under 5,000. If you can do that, you're going to be able to turn a profit on him. You saw earlier I sold a Schrader for 12,000. I showed you at the beginning of the video. There's a ton, and look, that's somebody just bought that Schrader for 8,500, even though there's one for 78. So we're seeing again, there's proof that people are just willing to buy whatever. So I'm gonna keep combing through, and then we'll end the video, and then I'll splice up any of my findings into any of my sales into the video. And there are some teams that have just really expensive elites. The Giants are one of them. You're rarely ever going to find a Giant listed for the low, but you know, you can. So again, boom, here's a Schrader. Go ahead and buy this Ryan Schrader for 5,000, and then we're going to turn around and throw him back up for our price. So if I want 3,000 per item, I would list him for about 8,800. That way, after the tax, I get a clean 8,000. But I think I could sell him for more than that. I'm gonna list him for 93. Just because I'm watching Schrader. I sold one for 12K last night. You guys saw that. So I'm gonna go ahead and list him for 93. And again, he's still the low. I could have listed him for probably 11. So again, there's a Schrader. He just sold for 11.5. People do not search the auction house. And as you can see, I just combed through. The Giants and Jags have expensive elites, so I'm gonna skip through to the Jets. Matt Forte. Let's see this Wilkerson. So here's a rogue Wilkerson who's sitting here on his own. Wilkerson, 7,300. I'm looking for other Wilkersons. 11,000. So I'm gonna leave this Wilkerson on the market. Somebody could buy him if they really wanted to. But as you can see here, what do we list that Calvin Pryor for? I listed him for like 80 something, right? I listed him for 83, 85. You're going to be able to see that there's plenty of Calvin Pryors ahead of mine that are cheaper, but I promise you mine's going to sell, and I'll show you guys that in the video later. Lions have expensive elites. Packers are a team that you can find elites. Nothing popping out right here. And this is what you do. Just spend an hour, comb through all the teams, comb back through the teams, because just because the Packers didn't have something right now doesn't mean that in 5 minutes they won't. Here's a Khalil for 8,000. Last night, Khalil's market, I sold one for about, and there you go, right there. One sold for 10,000. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 Khalils that were cheaper value. Patriots, the Jamie Collins market flies up and down. So we're talking about Tom Brady. You can snatch this Tom Brady up real quick, which I'm going to, because I know Tom Brady, you can sell him for about 12,000. So you guys have watched me spend about 25,000 coins, but I'm going to end up making back on it probably close to 35, 40 for all of about, you know, this video is 10 minutes, 15 minutes work. So if you want to put in the work, it's there. It's really there. So I'm going to list this Tom Brady for, I know there was one for 14, so I'm going to go ahead and list him for 13.5, which is going to hopefully get me about a 5,000 coin profit. And then we go back, buy now price. The Jamie Collins market is one to keep an eye on because it fluctuates a lot. See, somebody's doing the exact thing with this Donta Hightower. They can make a profit off of him. So we go to the next team. Raiders are typically Sean Smith. He's about an 11,000 coin item. Buy now price. So you can see that there's a lot of things to be sniped here. We're going to go ahead and snipe Deshaun Smith for 6,800. We're going to list him back up for about 11,000. Make about a 3,200 coin profit off of him. I said earlier, I just said about a minute ago, Sean Smith goes for 11,000. So we're going to sell him for his average going rate, which is also going to be current lowest available. Sometimes you're going to list the item as the lowest available. Other times you're going to list it for whatever your price is, and you're going to make it work for you. People are going to buy it. Go back to buy now price. It looked like there were some other irregular items on the market. Nope. Looks like they cleaned up. So we'll go ahead and go to Rams. And that's typically Hecker and Gurley. Nothing Gurley. Gurley's about a 12,000 coin item. So not really there to be had as far as a profit right there for them. Last night I bought a Sam Cook for like 3,000, sold him for 5,500. It took 2 minutes. Quick 2,000 coin turnaround on that. And you guys are probably saying to yourself, hey, Zan, it's only 2,000. But hey, I mean, if you're somebody who doesn't spend money, this is a way for you to make coins without, having to play a million. Tress Way. I mean, how would I not buy Tress Way for 100 coins? And then you turn around and list him for whatever your price. Now, punters don't sell as fast, but if you're patient, you can sell a punter. And I did sell 2 or 3 last night. So I'm going to turn around and list him for 3,300. Make 3,000 coins off of that. And I'm still lowest available. There it is right there. And I'll go ahead and buy this one as well and list it. I listed my last one for 33. I'll list this one for 37. I'll have the 2 lowest Tressways on the market. Tressway's got good punt power. When people are looking for punt power for a cheap price, they'll probably go with Tressway. So, boom, just cleared out Tressway. A couple of good options there. I'm going to make probably 6K off a couple punters. Or closer to 5K, but who's counting? So, with the Saints, obviously this is your Drew Brees territory, and there's always a lot of Drew Brees on the market. You just want to try to find one that's being sold for 5K and then throw him back up for about 8,000. People will buy him. We're getting close to the end of the comb through here. If you guys have any questions, please post your questions in the chat or in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. I am new to this, full disclosure. So here's Cameron Hayward for 2,500. I'll turn around and buy him, and then I'm going to throw him back up for about 55. So that'll be about a 2,000 coins, 2,500 coin profit after my tax. If you just go through and do a comb through every single time, you're going to find probably 10 to 15 items per comb through of all the teams. And if your model is, hey, I'm going to make a 3,000 coin profit off of each of these, and you find 15, that's 45,000 coins per comb through, and it takes you about 15-20 minutes to do a comb through. But that's 45,000 coins that you didn't have that you do now. You do that enough times during the course of a day, boom, you're looking at the legend at the end of the week without having to spend any money on packs. Harrison Smith's a nice one. There's a lot of him. Typically, you could buy him for about 3,000, list him up for 7. So boom, we just finished our complete comb through here in one video. Now we're going to go back to the main screen and see, has anything sold? As of right now, nothing has sold, but keep in mind, I'm going to go ahead and splice on the results here at the end of the video. So what I would typically do is either at this point, if I feel like doing another comb through, I'll start with the Bears and go through the Titans and the Vikings again and list those items up again. And then I would have probably, 20 items on the market, and then go play some games and then come back and take my my rewards. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and then I'm going to show you the results. So I just cleared out my results. You guys watch me purchase all those items. Let me go ahead and show you the auction house real quick. We've got 8 auctions, and we're going to show you what did I have at the jump. I had about 250,000, and we've got, I'm going to do the math here, 28, 29, 2, 5. 44, 55, 60, 66. So that one comb through is going to earn me about 20K. So at the end of this, I'm going to have roughly 270. So we'll come back and show you the results of these in about less than an hour. I'll go ahead and just splice those onto the end of this video. So we'll be coming back. Okay guys, so the wave of initial sales or auctions is over, and as you can see here, everything sold. Brady, Sue, Bowman, Sue. Actually, I sold these 2 Sues. I bought them each for about 8,000 about 5 minutes ago. So some of the profit, you can actually see that I have 3,000 less than I started the video with. But look at what I've got on the market right now. I've got another Calvin Pryor that I sniped. I've got another Hayward that I sniped for nothing. And then I've got a Kareem Jackson that I sniped for 15,000. I'm going to make about a 5,000 coin profit off of that. So we're looking at, let's see, 27, 32, take away 10% of that. So roughly 29,000 coins for 20 minutes of work. And then you just throw them on the auction block and go be productive in other ways. Play your games, play your solos, whatever you want to do. But all we actually did was put in about 20 minutes of work, and we made 30,000 coins. So if you think about that, if you just do that for 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, honestly, just do it after every game you play. Do a comb through, list your items, play a game. Do a comb through, list your items, play a game. It's really easy for you guys to make coins. We're at the break-even point from where we started an hour ago, but we have investments on the block to a point where we're going to make another 30K. So haven't really done hardly any work this morning, just been kind of like taking a look at the auction block. And if you really want to see this whole method, sell things for your price, they will sell. For instance, Ryan Schrader, I got 9,300 coins of profit off of him. Sean Smith, 11,000 coins of profit. Let's go and look at the auction house just real quick before we end this video. You can see that Brady sold. Look at the auction house real quick, and we'll look at the markets for those players. We talked about Sean Smith. Let's go to the Raiders and look at what the market for Sean Smith is right now. 5,800. We sold him for 11,000. That was my profit, was 11,000. Let's go look at the Falcons with this Schrader. We got what for him? 93. His market right now is 6,000. So the moral of the story is buy low, list for your price. It will sell. People do not use the filters on the auction house, and they will buy your card for your price. Now, obviously, like I said, don't go buy something for 3,000 coins and then list it for 300,000 coins. It's obviously not going to sell. But if you put it within that reasonable range, like you buy a Drew Brees for 3,500 coins and you list him for 8,000, it doesn't matter if there's 10 Drew Breeses under 8,000 on the auction house that are going to undercut yours. Yours will sell. Have patience. It doesn't matter if you make those coins right now or in 25 minutes when it sells. You're going to get more for your investment. So set your model the way you want to do it and make these coins, guys. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and we will see you guys on Monday morning with another Madden 17 tip. Until next time, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck. Or is it get in the auction house and good luck?